What's up, everybody? We're at the third project with Jan here in Beverly Hills, California. And I gotta tell you, it's beautiful here. The house is still under construction. Jan's got this all base coated with
Marmorino Palladino.
Marmorino Palladino.
One of our favorites, Mio did.
From Mio did, right on. So we're gonna walk this project now. So come on and follow us real quick. Let's go. Let's go check it out, man. So first thing I wanna mention is when we walked in, let's just get it out of the way real quick. You guys gotta see this. Somebody wrote, there's a crack on the drywall.
On the scratch coat.
On the scratch coat. How does that make you feel, bro? Somebody would write something that big on there.
It'll get covered
It's not
up.
necessary. I know
It'll
you're gonna cover it up. It'll cover it up, but still, it's like
as long as they don't do it on the
ridiculous.
finish.
Yeah, right?
Then it's a problem.
That's ridiculous. It's funny, bro. Right on. Well, show us around. What do we got going on?
So the whole house, luckily this one is just one color. It's not 25 different colors like the last project.
Right.
But we did, originally we were gonna use this color. It was way too white for the whole house. I mean, if you're standing, I'm sure from the camera, you see, you look kind of just like pink.
Yeah.
So we had to darken it up. And this is the sample wall that we did that someone already dirtied up a little bit.
Okay. So this is the actual mock-up sample?
Yeah, and this one too.
So right here, this is cool. They're cool with the movement here.
Yeah. We did one right there, and then they wanted a little bit less texture and everything. Because I don't know, I personally like it.
Yeah.
I personally like when there's pits and it's not
me
fully
too.
smooth.
Right.
It feels more natural. It feels like a stone. It feels like a rock, which it actually is.
Right.
So this one, a little bit less texture.
So is this a 1.5 coat?
No, this is just normal one coat.
Just normal one coat?
Yeah.
Okay.
This one, the color's a little lighter than the last project. A little less movement, but also they also wanted a little bit more. They weren't as picky, no movement. They just wanted to make sure the color is right.
And you're also using a sponge effect on the fire coating here as well.
So you do half of the wall, sponge it out, work on the section, make sure you sponge out the bottom to 0, and then when you come back up to the second part, so you're working kind of like in parts.
Yeah.
Because if you do the whole wall and you're just doing it, you might miss a spot up there because you're focusing down here, so it's kind of hard to just jump back and forth, especially for one guy. On a wall like this is like a one-guy wall. It's a 2-guy wall. It's a little easier because one guy has the sponge. He knows when to come back. He knows when he did the sponge, where he did the sponge. But on one person, it's harder. So you got to work in little sections.
Yeah.
Makes it just easier just to keep it, makes it more organized.
Yeah.
That's why I personally love to do just like sections at a time. If it was a bigger wall, I would do just, like a good little section at the top right, 2 more sections maybe, and go back and work on all those sections and then keep pushing forward.
Right. Let me ask you something, because right now you got a sample here. Everything's already been approved. Color was changed out. I noticed that you don't have any guys here right now working.
No, they're going to be doing the floor. So they put a stop to all the plaster. They said, you guys are moving way too fast. We have to put a stop to it. You guys, they didn't anticipate we were going to do so fast. We did the face coat, I think, in like 2-3 weeks maybe.
Okay.
And they said, we're going to be doing the floors, sanding them, staining them. We don't want to mess up your finish. So put a pause on the plaster.
That's smart. That was smart. So base coat's okay. I mean, if they damage the base coat.
Base coat, even if you get damaged, that's how they wrote on drywall crack. It's easy to patch up, especially when you're on a bigger project like this. If it was one wall, it'd be kind of annoying because, you have to come back, just patch it for one day and then come back the next day to do the finish. But if you have, 6 guys here on the whole house, one person can do the patches, the rest can keep applying, and the next day you can go ahead and do that wall.
So let me ask you this, the square footage amount on this project here, what's the square footage amount?
Like 21,000. Not a small project.
Not another small project.
Yeah, this house is like a maze. I mean, thankfully it's just one color, but thankfully there's no, it's not as detailed as the last house. It's all pretty much flat walls. There's no curves. There's no building up coves.
Are you doing any ceilings in here?
No ceilings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, ceilings are super hard, especially in houses like this, because they keep running, they keep going, they keep going.
And do you usually up the price just a little bit when you do ceilings?
Yeah,
or
you have
just
to.
Standard?
No, you have to up the price. You can't keep the same price for the wall because the ceiling not only is it much more tiring, but it's just you go slower. It's harder to do. I mean, it's ceiling's a whole different beast in itself.
Right. Yeah.
You have to charge more. I mean, especially like when you think about setting up the scaffolding and always having to move the scaffold, and you're working much slower.
Yeah, it just complicates everything when you're doing especially larger ceilings like the ones you did.
Yeah, I know. And then they're hard. I mean, you got to charge for something that's much harder to do.
Is this the same builder that gave you this project that's doing that project?
No. This is a completely different builder. Yeah, this is our second project with this builder.
Yeah, and that's a small shower.
Yeah, small, huh? I mean, you could take a shower together.
Right. I think the whole crew in here, all of your guys can come in here and take a shower.
Yeah, it's just a little small section of plaster up there.
Man, also you did the plaster. You already got the base coat, different color in here, right?
Because at first we wanted to start the project, and originally they thought they were gonna go with the same color, but then they decided to do a little different color, so we were able to pick. And it was pretty simple, take out the lime wash swatch from Mio Dad. He picked the color, easy, simple.
It was done.
Yeah. So then we I would say 30% into the project, we switched the color.
So in here, we can see with the lighting that on your scratch coat, which base coat, we call base coat, right? You're using the sponge effect. And I know you talked about the sponge effect to remove, where you meet, right? Where the trauma marks meet. But why sponge the base coat?
The second coat sits on it much, much better. You know, when it's a smooth wall, not only is there more trowel lines, the chitter marks, but sometimes it dries a little too fast. When it has like the little depth to it, plaster kind of seeps in and gets a little thicker, so then it has more dry time. So, you know, it burnishes much better, when it just feels better when you apply it, it takes off better. It makes the second application, the second coat, much, much easier, in my personal opinion.
Right.
It grabs onto the plaster much better, especially because the quartz primer that Miota sells, they have little aggregates specifically for that. Because I'm sure you know, when you're applying on a really, really smooth wall,
it just slides.
Yeah, either it just slides off, or like you'll see like right here is dark, right here is dark, right here is completely like all the material got taken off just because it's just sliding right off. It's too smooth.
Yeah, so if you don't have the quartz primer on.
Yeah, exactly. And then the sponge is kind of like the same exact method, but just a little bit thicker aggregate than the quartz, but it still just grabs onto it so much better. I think it makes the finish easier to do and just much nicer. It makes it more uniform too.
That's cool.
I mean, even on the second coat, like if we were to do just that section, we'll go ahead and do the section, sponge it out. And like I said, another project, start smoothing it out, and you know exactly where you didn't smooth out because of the sponge. And it kind of just makes it floats it out before you even start burnishing. Right. So there's not like a bunch of overlapping steps and a bunch of weird shade marks that just throw off the whole wall, especially because when it's wet, you can't really tell too much if there's going to be like a big mark or a trowel mark, or like the movement wasn't proper. And then when it dries, you come in the next day, in the middle there's just like a mark or like a trowel line or something like that.
When it dries, that's when you see it.
Yeah, exactly.
So and it's harder to sand those things out.
Yeah, almost impossible. I mean, you can, but then a lot of times sanding just changes the color. You already bait yourself in the foot at that point.
Yeah, so that's an interesting technique.
So it's just like floating it out before you actually do everything, so it's much more uniform.
Even on the base coat.
Yeah, I mean, it's also hard, like when you're applying, to get the same exact thickness everywhere, because that's how you make it look uniform. If one spot is a little bald, you're gonna notice it's gonna see through a little bit in the finish. But if you do the sponge, you kind of just float everything out right before you actually start doing the finish. Gives you more. I think doing the sponge gives you more dry time too. So you have a little more time to work with it.
I've never tried the sponge on the base coat.
And especially if you like miss a step, or if you kind of like miss a section, or if you mess up a section, you just go back with the sponge and just kind of like refresh it basically. Right. And it comes back to life again, and you get another try at it.
I think that's a really good technique, because if you start off with the sponge and you end with the sponge, it's probably easier to blend too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's much easier to blend.
I can see the concept behind it, why you guys do
One of my pet peeves is like the connection mark. Right. And I know most people don't care about them, or like the homeowner or whoever doesn't really notice them, but I see it and I hate it. And if that happens on one of my finished walls, I'm like, no. Either the whole thing gets restarted, or we find a different technique, and that's how we found the sponge technique. Right.
It's a really good technique, bro.
No,
I gotta tell you, it's a really good technique.
It's like the backbone of all
I've never ever sponged the base coat.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Never. So I might want to try that, we're trying to see if we can,
I know Mio did whenever they make the samples, and I don't know who got the idea for the sponge, but when they make the samples, they do the first coat and they sponge out the base coat for all their samples.
That's cool, bro.
I think some people don't want to do it because it does take a little bit more time, because you have to go back.
Yeah, you gotta go back over your base
coat. Instead of just going and flying through. But base coat, finish coat, it just makes everything easier in the end. That's what I think.
I know a lot of people are gonna love this.
It's a good tip. I think it's a really good tip.
Good tip. It's a huge tip, bro.
I think it's really important.
Really good. Yeah, it's awesome, brother. So 21,000 square feet in this house.
Yeah, and this is just
of plaster. Plaster.
And this is just a bathroom. I mean,
wow.
When we first came here, you said all the drywall, all plaster. Anywhere you see drywall, it's gonna be plaster.
Yeah. Man, who doesn't want to hear that? Who doesn't want to hear that, bro? Yeah, no paint, all plaster. Paint. Man, that's so cool, dude. I need one of these.
One thing for future projects for you guys, I didn't think about it. When they painted the ceiling, well, you can also see that the tape removed it.
Oh, yeah.
This is already final coat of the paint.
Okay.
So I think this happens when the prep wasn't super perfect, and when there's some dust on the corners, so the tape rips it off. But when they sprayed the ceiling, they got it on the walls as well. Oh. And if you look to the right, you see.
Oh yeah, all the overspray.
You see it. We thought it was flat paint. We primered it, and then they sprayed it on, and we primered over it, but it still shows a little bit. Right. I'm hoping on the second coat it doesn't, it's not see-through like that. But
well, as heavy as you're going on, it should
cover it, but that's something to think about for everyone. Yeah. I mean, most of the time they do ceilings before they do the walls, but sometimes the paint is so like, I don't know what's in the paint, but it makes it so see-through even if you primer over it. So you have to do either 2-3 coats of primer, probably 2, but you also have to have a thicker material. Right. Like a thinner material, I don't think would cover it.
I know, so if they don't use primer sometimes they don't even use primer.
They got really mad of this that was peeling off.
Yeah.
It was, we use purple tape on it.
Yeah.
And even if you peel it off right away after you finish the wall.
Yeah, if it's still peeling it, it's because they didn't use primer.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you something about the marble. I noticed you said earlier that color over there is the final color. That's your final sample.
Yeah.
You base coated with white.
Because this was the original color that we picked.
Right.
But now we changed it to the other color.
So, but are you going to do one more coat?
No, we'll cover it. Like how it was over there. There was originally the same color as this wall, and we just went over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Palladino was thick enough to cover.
Yeah. That's what I was going to ask you, so that you can tell them that you could actually base coat with another color if you had to.
a lot of another tip for everyone. A lot of times, what we do is if the homeowner isn't exactly sure about the color that they want, we do the first coat so they can see it, and then we can always adjust the color after. So we always tell people, like, if you're not sure about the color, let us do the first coat, and then you can see, oh, I want a little bit darker, a little bit lighter, because small samples or swatches, you can't really get the full idea. You
right,
have to see the whole
room.
Yeah, exactly. So
unless they change their mind completely about the color.
if it only works if it goes from lighter to darker and it's in the same family. If it's a complete different color, then that's a different story.
Yeah,
Most of the time, they're not going to go from yellow to purple, though.
Right.
They're going to go
unless you're the lady from the last job. I'm just joking.
Yeah, so all the rooms here.
Yeah. So this one looks like it's finished.
This one we did final, yeah. This room we did final.
The whole room is already final.
I believe, yeah, the whole room's final already. But you see,
That's really good, bro.
You might be able to tell the camera. You could see the line though. We didn't prime it a second time after they painted it. So we thought it would be good because it was flat paint.
Right.
It's always safe to just prime over anything that they do before your final.
Because it was too smooth, right?
Yeah. But we did the first coat, they sprayed it, and then we did the final, thinking that'll just cover it, it's thicken up. But you got to at least prime it once.
Yeah. And how many guys? Same amount of guys here?
Yeah, same guys as the last house. We primed everything, did the first coat. It was a little hard to set up this area. The staircase is concreta.
So you're gonna use concrete on the staircase?
When they installed the staircase, when they were building it out, they stapled all the corner beams to it. Yeah. So it was really wavy. Not only was it wavy, but it's a staircase, so much high traffic area. You want something a lot more durable, a lot more stronger, like the concrete ported. So that's why the main reason was to hide all the imperfections, because concrete is really good at that. Right. But the second reason was it'll just be more durable.
More durability.
Because it's, there's no stopping point. It's all just one big giant staircase.
And you can finish it to make it look just like the Palladino.
Same color. I mean, yeah, it's the same exact color that we use. You can make the finish pretty much. No one will be able to tell the finish unless, me or you did it and told the person. Right. Sometimes you got to play these kind of games, different materials, different products to use, but they can look the same.
Right. Especially when you're dealing with a staircase where you need durability.
Yeah, we have to use 6 scaffolds for this wall. We had to build one right here. And then a 3-story one all the way from the floor. Scary being up there on the scaffolds.
Yeah. This is the actual color right here, right?
Yeah,
They chose, Yeah, it looks good, man. I know when it's all done, it's gonna be so pretty.
I know this house is gonna be pretty magical.
Yeah, dude. And I like the feel of it because it's very open. Even though when you're walking into the attic, right, it kind of closed space, but I like the staircase. It's very open.
Oh yeah, it's very like open space house.
Look, it keeps going all the way down.
There's a big staircase though.
It is, man. It's a big house.
Yeah, this section, I mean, not all, but I'd say half the bathrooms have it. It's a little dark in there, but this bathroom has it in there. Some of the bathrooms are tile, but...
The whole entire house, though. Is
pretty much
everything that's drywall is going to be plastic.
This room right here. It's all big walls, too. There's no, small areas. There's no small walls.
21,000 square feet. It's
like a lot to measure.
Yeah, it's a lot of square footage. When are you guys coming back?
Whenever they finish the floors. They said they were waiting for us to finish the first coat. And we finished the first coat like a week or 2 ago. Yeah. Completely. And they said as soon as you guys are finished, we're gonna get everyone else out of the house, but there's still people walking around. So whenever they get it done.
So you're anticipating maybe the next week or 2?
No, I'm probably anticipating like a month.
A month, yeah.
I don't know how it is in Texas, but in Los Angeles, everything gets built so slow. This house, I think 3 years now, 4 years maybe. I mean, I've gotten people telling me like, oh yeah, I've been building my house for 7, 8 years now. Like one project, we did the scratch coat already in a certain area, and it's been 8 years since he's had the house. He's constantly paying mortgage, but he's remodeling it.
It's still base coat.
Yeah, it's not ready for final. And we're supposed to be doing the floors in that house too, all concreta. He wants like 3,000 square feet of floors, all concreta.
Yeah, but it's not as big. That house, I'm assuming, is not as big as this one? Or
no, it's not as big as this one. Yeah, and the worst part about it is these little details around.
Yeah,
it's so hard to tape around that.
These what are they? They're considered like shooters, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, this is the new thing
especially
that they're
in
doing
the bottom, because to not get the bottom dirty, you kind of have to apply the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Because if you're just applying like this, you're gonna get gunk in the middle.
You get
unless you can right away scrape it off and clean it.
You gotta have someone right behind you.
Exactly.
With the
And then like what you're gonna one guy instead of plastering is gonna be cleaning.
Yeah.
So it's really hard just to like make sure you don't get on the inside.
Are you sticking anything in this to plaster it?
What do you mean?
Yeah. Like,
oh no, we're just taping off all of this, and it takes longer to tape off one door frame than it is to do the whole wall. That's the only.
I've seen some guys stick the styrofoam in there, that 1/4-inch styrofoam.
That might be a pretty good idea, but
but then it gets clumpy on.
Yeah, and then the edge doesn't come out good. Yeah, you still have to clean it.
We've tried a bunch of different methods. It's just better to tape it, bro.
I hate these kind of like design features. That's probably the only like.
This one's not that bad though, because the metal in here, this is where it stops. There's some that actually have a return that's about a 1/2 inch a return of drywall.
Oh, you have to get in there. Yeah.
And you gotta plaster that.
Yeah, you gotta get in there. We've had that one time. And we ended up buying these like Chinese like tape machines that were like this thin of tape, so you can tape just the back frame. You have to get like a pencil or something just to push it in, and then that's a nightmare.
Yeah, no.
Just to get into this little reveal right here.
Yeah. So
we've had that before.
Try that little styrofoam. It's like a little styrofoam deal. You've seen them, right?
That might be
like little long tubes.
Might be a good idea.
Yeah, they sell them in different sizes: 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 1 inch.
Might be a good idea.
Yeah, you can just stuff them in there, bro.
We had all of them taped off, but you know, you wanted to take all the tape off just so he can, because the drywall guys, they got like drink compound in there, so he's like, oh, I'm gonna make them clean it off. So now we have to retape it again. Oh, which is, you know, it's okay now.
And that's every freaking door, right?
Yeah, and there's so many.
Híjole.
There's so many. Yeah, that's the only room that like doesn't have plaster.
This room in here?
The entry, pretty much. I mean, it has some on the walls over there.
Yeah, there's plaster there.
It has some on the walls over there, but
this is a really nice view, man. And the nice wood ceiling in here. All the stone, natural stone. It's very beautiful, bro.
Very Beverly Hillsy.
Yeah, very Beverly Hillsy.
And there's the kitchen over there, the work over there that we did. And then
I'm gonna give me a house here in Beverly Hills one day.
As long as you got 20 million, you can do it.
Yeah, come on, man. We got that in the bank right now.
I see how high up this is, though.
Oh, no, it is pretty high, dude.
At first, I didn't even know how we were going to build the scaffold, but it just took 5 of them.
You got an idea what you're going to do back there?
Nope. No? Figure it out as we go. We're going to have to get some kind of stick, probably like tape the spatula to it. What else are you going to do?
That's the only way you can do that, bro.
Maybe you can just like, because if you get to take the concreta and you make it a little bit more like watery.
You can roll it.
No, just a brush, pretty much, because no one's really going to see that area. And then you kind of just, mostly just have to float it out and blend it in really well.
Yeah, that's going to be tough right there.
Yeah. Figure it out as we go.
Probably a weenie roller could barely fit in there too. Probably wouldn't even fit in there.
Yeah, I mean, if you try to like tackle on all of the details, all the stress of like all of that, you're gonna drive yourself mad.
Yeah,
you gotta do it as it comes.
Yeah, whenever you figure that part out, shoot me a text. Let me know how you did it.
More big walls.
Oh, look at that. That's that board form.
You know, a lot of things changes as we go too, because this wall we did, but they covered it with cabinets.
Yeah.
Things change as we go.
Did somebody do this?
I don't know.
I mean, obviously somebody did it, but
someone did it. I think the door was kind of like taped off in plastic, so I didn't really get to see.
I think this is actual like board form. This is the actual thing.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah. They did this on purpose, with concrete.
It looks nice.
I like this. This is cool, bro. Yeah, right now this is pretty popular, that board form finish.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
People like that old look. I mean, trends pop up and go all the way like so fast.
Right.
You know, all the like the crooks and neck. Like all in the bathrooms in here.
Yeah.
There was a problem we had throughout the project. When they did the flooring, they messed up all the bottom. On some areas, it's actually like moving.
Oh, yeah, I can see that.
So what we did is just we went all the way to the bottom as much as we could, because we figured it out as we were already like in the middle of the project. And then they came back and they just put more joint compound, fixed it up, and then we just patched it after that.
So you guys are the ones that caught it.
Yeah. Because I mean, it'll fall back on us, you know. If we're the finish and there's a crack at the bottom all throughout, it's gonna fall back on us.
You touched it, it's yours.
Exactly.
Even if the finish is on it, it's yours.
You always have to be really.
You should have said something if you already were doing it.
Something when you see
it.
The basement's huge, huh?
So all that in here, it's all basement.
Yeah, this is all the basement. It's like a little maze in this house. So this room, some of the walls got it. I don't even know what this is gonna be, like electric room or something. I don't know exactly why they would need plaster in here, but no paint, I guess.
No paint anywhere.
No paint anywhere.
This is probably where they're gonna have all their water softeners and cool. They might as well just use plaster everywhere, huh? These are the kind of clients that every one of us wants.
Yeah, exactly. When you hear no paint, you're like, yes.
Right, yeah. I mean, no offense, painters out there. We love you guys, but you know, you guys got some paint on the ceiling.
Check drywall.
Another one. Oh my God.
There's some other rooms in here too. A lot of little like rooms like that.
Right.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm excited to come back into the finish on this project.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it done, bro. You gotta share. You gotta share. And we'll share it online, bro. But when you have it all done, share it with us and we'll share it for you, bro.
I think this project's gonna come out really nice. And then
honestly, Jan, this journey that we went on with you, bro, has been very, very interesting, bro. And very informative. Thank you for the information that you were able to display to all of us, dude.
Yeah, it's for everyone.
Including myself, bro. Like, honestly, like, some of your techniques are really, really, like,
it's crazy to me that, you know, you've been doing it for 25 years and there's still things you're learning every day.
Yeah, dude, I learn every day.
Every single day.
Every day.
We always learn because every project's different. I mean, every technique is different. Every finish is different. Yeah. Every house is, every wall is different. So every preparation is different. So it's everything. That's also why I like doing plaster. Yeah. It's something new every day. It's, you know, it's not going to the same exact office doing the same exact programming or coding. Something new every single day, you know? Yeah. That's why also, you know, you get burned out at projects that take too long. Right. But then you got to remember, you have another project coming up. You're not going to be stuck there for the next 30 years of your life. Right, yeah. So, just get it done. You're going to get through it. That's one of my favorite parts about plaster, you know. It's always something different. That's nice, man. Yeah, well, you guys, Jan, follow him. He's DPLA. DPLA. Great applicator, amazing artisan. He deserves a lot of props for all the projects that we walked through, and I'm sure you got a lot more, right? A lot more we could go to, but that'll take all, you've had to be here for a month. I know, bro. Yeah. So thank you guys for supporting Jan. You know, check him out. Go Decorative Plaster LA. Yes, and we're gonna repost his stuff so you guys can follow him, man. He's doing some amazing work, and he's giving away some really good pointers. So thank you, Jan. Thank you, bro.